Good evening. I'll be your board game sommelier tonight. How about something fresh from the cellar? A new title from Kickstarter called Ghost Rider? Very good. In that case, might I suggest?
Hi, I'm Alex Hart, and welcome to Might I Suggest a Game, a channel devoted to helping you find your perfect board game. Today, I've got an extra special episode of Fresh from the Cellar for you, with a game so fresh, it's not even out yet. That's right, folks, I'm talking about the new spooky party game, Ghost Rider. Ghost Rider is brought to you by a woman-led indie game publishing company called Resonim, and it's one of those Kickstarters that I'm really looking forward to. It's a great mix of fun and mystery. It feels really thematic, even though it's such a light game. And I could see this becoming a classic party game that gets gaming groups of any skill level excited. I also heard it's good to have a one-sentence description in your Kickstarter, so here's my one sentence. It's like Codenames with a Ouija board, so better. Yeah, I could see that one in big quotes. Anyways, is Ghost Rider the perfect game for you? Let's find out, shall we? Okay, so full disclosure, when I told my friends we were playing Ghost Rider, they thought I was talking about this guy.
That's right.
Shout out Nicolas Cage. But I will say, when I told them it was more of a seance type game, they were equally as intrigued. Ghost Rider has players becoming both the spirit and the medium. Each team can have up to 3 mediums, but can only have 1 spirit. Players will split up into 2 teams, Team Sun and Team Moon, with Team Sun taking the first turn. The spirits on both teams will choose a number on the clue card that corresponds to a secret object. That object is now the goal of the guessing game. On your turn, the mediums will take 2 question cards from their hand and give them to the spirit as prompts. The spirit will then choose one of those 2 cards and discard the other one face up. Then, using the remaining question card, the spirit will begin to answer. And this is where it gets good. The spirit will write down their answer slowly,
1 letter at a time,
pausing after each letter to give their mediums the opportunity to interject. If at any point during the writing process, the mediums decide they have enough information to go off of, then they can all yell the secret word.
Silencio!
As soon as the spirit hears Silencio, they'll stop writing their clue immediately. Although you are allowed to finish half-written letters. You'll end up having a board with a bunch of unfinished clues that can lead to some funny situations like this one. Anyways, after the spirit is done writing, play will pass to the next team, and they'll do the same thing. Now, once the mediums think they know the answer, it's time for them to reach out to the spirit. Instead of giving their 2 question cards that turn, they will be in charge of the notepad. The mediums will communicate just like the spirit, 1 letter at a time. If the letter that they wrote down is correct, the spirit will knock. Then they can proceed to the next letter. However, if any of the letters they write down is incorrect, the spirit goes, eh. Okay, maybe it's not so dramatic. But the spirit does have to tell them that their letter is wrong and their guess is incorrect. Now, on the notepad here, you can see there's little spaces marked with eyeballs. When your team reaches an eye space, you get to see a little bit extra. The mediums will now choose 1 clue from either team to see 1 extra letter of. Once the corresponding spirit fills in the extra letter, play will continue on as usual. The game will continue back and forth between questions and guesses until someone gets the right object. Be careful though, if the notepad fills out and nobody guesses the right answer, then nobody wins. But I believe in you. In almost every game we played, it came down to the wire. But someone was always able to get the right answer. And I know you can too. Like I said before, this game is like Codenames, but better. Think about how hard it is for you to come up with the perfect clue in Codenames. If you don't self-impose a timer, it could take hours. Huh? Banana 2? In Ghost Rider, thanks to the question cards, you don't really have to worry about that. There's way less pressure because all you have to do is answer one of them. Plus, the question cards give the game a lot of variety. I got question cards anywhere in between what website would you find it on? What would happen if you buried it underground for a year? Or what Greek god or goddess is best associated with it? The variety and the specificity of the questions really took the pressure off the clue giver. Something I think might really appeal to your non-gamer friends. Another thing that I really liked about Ghost Rider, and something that I think will become even more apparent when you get to play the game in person, is how really thematic the game is. To be honest, most party games lack in this category. Usually, it's a fun game with a cool concept, and the theme is just kind of slapped on there. Not with Ghost Rider. In Ghost Rider, the way you communicate, slowly, one letter at a time, really makes you feel like you're at a seance communicating with the spirits from beyond using a Ouija board. Personally, I was pleasantly surprised to see how the theme really integrates with the gameplay. Plus, the art is awesome, and it really leans into that spooky theme too. So, let's break it down. Is Ghost Rider the perfect game for you? Here are my recommendations for the types of people that I think would really like this game. First, if you always wanted to get together with your teenage friends and use a Ouija board at a slumber party, but time has passed you by, then I think you'd really enjoy this game. Second, if you're a big Harry Potter fan, like know every single spell in the book Harry Potter fan, and you think you get a lot of joy just by saying the word Silencio really loud, then you should definitely get this game. Lastly, if you're just looking for a fun party game to replace codenames and freshen up your game night with a little bit of spooky vibes, then you should definitely back Ghost Rider on Kickstarter. Thanks for tuning in for another Fresh from the Cellar review. I want to give a big thanks to the folks at Resonum for giving me early access to this game. I really enjoyed it, and I hope you all back it on Kickstarter so that you can enjoy it too. If you made it this far, thank you. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe so that I can continue growing this channel and keep helping you find your perfect board game. Once again, this has been a Might I Suggest a Game production, and I'm Alex, your board game sommelier, signing off.